Hello and welcome to another episode of HauntsRUs, the podcast where we are haunted on May. I'm your host, Cheeb, and I'm haunted on May. Today I'm joined by my co-host, Thotty. Tell us about yourself.
Hello, my name's Thotty, and I never grew out of my edgy phase. We're still here.
we're still here. We wouldn't be doing a podcast about haunted dolls if we weren't still a little bit of a edgelord.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
All my clothes are black, and I wear symbols that I don't believe in.
Oh, yeah! You're too cool, an atheist, bro.
Well, I'm not actually, though.
Oh, no?
No,
you grew out of that, too?
No, yeah, I told you. Now we're vavitches.
Now we're vavitches. Got
Yeah.
Living deliciously out here.
I love butter. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's a different thing. It's I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about it to be like, yeah, this what I believe in. Put pentagrams on everything because I believe in it. I'm like, nah. I just think it looks cool.
You're
like,
fake
oh, wow.
bitch. Fake the bitch girl.
I'll wear crosses too. They look cool. I like them.
I mean, I also wear like all kinds of crosses, but I'm also like Catholic, I guess.
Oh yeah.
I guess.
I'm not. I have a rosary that I wear for fashions.
Oh, dude, I'd be hella wearing rosaries for fashion, mate.
Okay.
No shame.
I was like, this is the one that I know more intimately, so I feel less bad about it.
Yeah. But speaking of being edgelords, tonight we're doing a little bit something special, because we're going to talk about Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
Yeah.
Johnny the Homicidal Maniac was written by Jonan Vasquez. He's better known for Invader Zim. And kind of being rude to his fans. I hear a lot.
Yeah.
You've heard those stories too,
in this
right?
comic. I haven't heard those stories, but I wouldn't be surprised. He's like, oh, you're stupid for liking the shit that I like. Cause you're dumb about it. And I'm like, boy, get out of here.
Yeah.
He's like, goths are so, like, pretentious and they, like, are super, not self-aware. And I'm like, hello?
It's true, though.
It's true, but it's also true about fucking Johnny over here.
Yeah, man. So,
Jonathan,
for those of you that are unfamiliar with Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, it's like a comic that came out in, like, the late 90s. It's an indie comic published by Slave Labor Comics. It was published around, like, the late 90s. I ended up reading it in, like, the mid-2000s when I was, like, I think I was a freshman in middle school, and, like, this goth girl that I was really good friends with. I mean, I suppose I was also goth. Like, I had that look going for me, but I wasn't part of the clique. Look, in my high school, there was, like, the big clique of goth kids. And all I wanted was to be part of the big group, because I was too busy having a normal high school experience where, like, I just hang out with my 3 or 4, like, really good friends.
You're like, no, I wanna go to Denny's at 2 a.m. and drink coffee, please.
No, I want to hang out with the big clique that hangs out by the gym.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
So there was actually no, like, goth clique in my high school. They were all... I was a little bit late to the game, I think.
Yeah,
because when I was in high school... Wait, you're, like, how many years older than me? Or what?
I'm only a couple of years older than you. Maybe, like, 2 or 3.
2 or 3? I think that's enough time for the kids to choose a different thing, because at that time it was, like, scene stuff.
Yeah,
and I wasn't really big on the scene gang. The scene.
I think emo was like becoming really big because like My Chemical Romance and Blood on the Dance Floor and like those bands were like getting a lot of popularity, and like 9 Inch Nails was like old and busted by then. They were
but my English teacher had 9 Inch Nails posters on. It was old and busted.
Oh yeah, I mean it was considered like essential listening, you know. You got your 9 Inch Nails and your Muse. There's like a hardcore old goth. Muse. There's like a hardcore old goth person that's just like, oh, that shit's so fucking basic.
It was me. No, that's not true.
But yeah, man.
You opened up a new. You opened up memories that I had. I used to love Muse. I have like a T-shirt of them. That's knockoff. Yeah.
I always got Muse and Queens of the Stone Age mixed up. I don't know why.
I don't know who Queens.
I think it's because they both go well. They have that sort of. I don't know how to. You feel me though, right? They're like they're like woing.
They do a lot of solid notes.
It's a lot of wailing.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Anyway.
Just a heads up. This is gonna be less about like the comic and more about like the time when we were edgelords. Because I made you read this comic.
She did.
And you were just like, this shit is bad, stupid, dumb.
It is all of the above in that order.
And I was just like, nah, man, this was my angst years, bro.
I'm like, I believe it. I was reading it and I was like, I feel like if I was younger, maybe, like I'd probably be into it. Because definitely my boyfriends at the time.
Oh, dude, yeah. Let's get into that for a little bit. But when I read this comic, I was like 14. It was like this goth girl. I was also goth, I guess, but I wasn't part of the clique yet. No one invited me. And then when I finally got to the clique, I didn't talk to anyone because like everyone just fucking did drugs, dude.
That's weird.
Yeah, like all of these kids, like their only hobbies were like doing drugs and like being sad, and I was just like, that's man, weird. This sucks, dude.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
I like the new goth. The new goth is like, being sad, kind of, but also like making stuff.
Yeah.
But that could just be the group that I watch.
And one of the problems with, like, goth bars and stuff is that people aren't buying as much drinks anymore. Like, they just come to dance, and, like, the goth clubs can't, like, sustain enough, like, revenue without them, like, buying a drink.
Womp womp.
Yeah, man.
Turns out our lifestyle, the new lifestyle of being, like, what is it called? Oh, shit. What is it called? When you don't, like, drink or do drugs or do anything.
Straight edge?
Straight edge, there you go.
Yeah,
it's no longer being square.
Being like straight edge was also like kind of a really big thing. I'm sorry.
Same.
Yeah. So being straight edge was kind of also like a movement within like the new metal community. Did you ever notice that?
I did notice that. A lot of
straight edge. A lot of those bands were like really straight edge, and they had like a lot of songs like about like anti-drug stuff. I don't know, it's like really interesting, like, revisiting this stuff as, like, an adult.
Yeah. It definitely makes sense. Like, if your community thus far has been, like, big on drugs and, like, you see how drugs affect people, you would tend to be like, you know what, maybe this isn't a good thing.
Yeah, you'd start to, like, make art and, like, statements against it, which is, like, really interesting to think about now. About that clique, eventually I just went back to, like, my 5 friends, and, like, we hung out by, like, a tree and ate lunch together.
Nice!
Yeah, I would always, like, bum off a cookie off of, like, one of my friends. Yeah, he would always give me a cookie. Oh, man. Yeah, man. You know that, like, when you're a cute girl and you tell boys to do things, they'll just do them?
They'll just do it. They'll just do it.
Yeah, they'll be mad about it, but they'll still do it.
Be like, why are you making me? Oh my god. Oh, and then like as they're paying for it, they're like, oh, you always make me do stuff like that. You don't have to.
That's just how my life is with my partner.
Man, you bitch. So jealous. I didn't have that problem until I got into college. Or that problem, that my
partner just privilege. Does the things I do, and then he complains about it afterwards, but he still does it. Stupid.
Stupid. Oh.
Yeah, but that's more of a retrospective. I just knew that if I bothered him, he'd give me a cookie, and now that I'm older, I'm just like, oh, he gave me a cookie because he kind of liked me and I was a girl that would talk to him.
Yeah. That's the big one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said this, but, like, this episode is gonna be less about the actual comic and more about, like, being an edgy teenager in the mid-2000s. Because when you really think about it, that's what the comic's really about.
It really is, yeah.
It's just about having... It's just about having bad thoughts and being young.
And putting them down on paper, yeah.
Yeah, and, like, how much the goth community kind of sucks. So...
It did kind of suck, yeah. Well, actually, I don't know a whole lot about it right now, to be honest.
Yeah. No, and, like, I couldn't go to, like, clubs when I was, like, in high school.
Yeah.
So, like, I didn't really have that experience either. I just sort of, like, listened to the music. And, like, I like the fashion.
The fashion is very nice. I love fashion.
Fucking the fashion, man.
It's my favorite. That's why I do it.
But yeah, man, tell me about your edgy boyfriend that read this shit.
Oh my god. My edgy boyfriend that read this shit. I think I had a number of edgy boyfriends. One of them looked like, one of them looked exactly like a character from a Gorillaz video. In which he had, like, a big mouth and, like, a lot of teeth.
Wait, which one?
I don't know, just one of them.
One of them? Sock Monkey's gonna be real mad. That's, like, his favorite band.
Oh, no. Sock Monkey.
you gotta figure out which one it is. Otherwise he's gonna get mad.
It's not a bad thing. It's a bad thing for a human to look like. But he looked like him.
Did he look like the green one?
More seen. He looked like... Let me see.
I don't know who the characters in Gorillaz are anymore. It's been a long time.
He looked like the one with the blue hair. He looked like the main one.
Oh, the main one?
Yeah,
but he's
fat.
Cool. But fat.
Oh, never mind. He looked like the one with black hair. I found him. Or that's an extra. I don't know.
Is he the one that's supposed to be, like, gross and grody? And British?
To be honest, I've never listened to the Gorillaz except for Feel Good.
I can't do the
Yeah, that's all I know is Oh yeah, there we go. He looked like the greenish one. Yeah, he looked like the one that's kind of gross. There you go.
Yeah. I remember him because there was an MTV Cribs with him in it, and he was just being a gross guy. I liked Gorillaz as a kid, but
I mean, they look cool.
I have not retained Gorillaz information. Not for this episode. We didn't do any research. We're doing this, like, we're freeballing this episode. There's no script.
The only research was me reading that bad comic.
Sorry, we don't know the names of the Gorillaz.
Why was I talking about him?
Oh, because he looks like your grungy boyfriend.
Oh yeah, well he looked like the one before. Why am I talking about it? He looked like the one before. I guess I just wanted to tell everyone that I had 2 boyfriends.
In high school, right? In high school? Damn.
Yeah, I had a lot of relationships in high school. That was weird. But the one after that, why the fuck? I don't know where I went with this. Anyway, the one that liked that was like a big metalhead, and like he was just weird. He liked it. One time he was like, "Hey man, cringe, and also like scary. Don't do that." He was like, one time he was like, he was texting me, And he's like, would you kill yourself with me? And I was like, no.
What?
Exactly. I was like, no. And he's like, oh. And I'm like, no fucking shit. Oh, excuse me. No fucking shit, you dummy. I can't with you, sir. Ugh.
Yeah. High school relationships are something else, man.
High school relationships are something else. He was fucking weird. He was weird, and then he broke up with me, and then he was like, I still like your butt, though. And I'm like, go away. Weird. Weirdo. Don't like you. I like your hair. That's about it.
He had cool hair.
Yeah, he did have cool hair. He was a metalhead, so he had, like, really long, luscious locks, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, man, there was also, like, when I was a freshman, there was, like, a senior who would, like, come in, Ghostface. Is it called Ghostface? The metal makeup? What is that called traditionally? Is it Ghostface?
Are you talking about the band, The Ghost?
No, when, like, you know how, like, metalheads will put, like, the white makeup with, like, the black splotches? Is that called Ghostface?
Oh, I don't know. Oh. That's kind of like an old school thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's weird. Look it up. I looked up Ghostface, and it was just from the horror movie, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. What is the...
I know what you're talking about, but it does seem like a kind of old school thing to do. You ever listen to, like, old
Murder Face? Was it called that?
I guess.
Corpse Paint. There we go.
Corpse Paint.
So, like, when I was like a freshman in high school, there was, like, this senior who would, like, wear a trench coat and, like, have Ghostface on occasionally. And, like, had, like, the biggest crush on this guy. Because, like, not only did he have a trench coat, and he wore Ghostface, but he also drew good, so...
Oh. I would eat that shit up too, dude. Once you mentioned it, once I, like, looked up the picture, I was like, oh yeah! I used to love that shit.
Yeah, it wasn't very good Ghostface. It was, like, very splotchy, but when you're in high school, like, what are you fucking gonna do? I also tried doing Ghostface when I was in high school, except I did it with, like, eyeshadow makeup, because I didn't know the difference.
Oh, no. Well,
it just
all
made...
bad ways of doing it.
Yeah, it just made my brown skin a little bit paler. Yeah, man. Anyway, that guy didn't amount to anything. He just became a stoner.
Oh. He just became a what?
He just became a stoner.
Oh yeah, as they usually do.
Yeah, I always hear that story, since, like, all of my friends had, like, an alternative phase, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool, and, like, it's pretty normal, I think, to have, like, that sort of, like, alternative phase for a little bit.
Yeah.
And, like, they all have stories about, like, that goth or emo kid that, like, amounted to nothing later in life, that they had, like, the biggest crush on in high school.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I have, like, this friend who said, like, she dated this guy because he looked like L from Death Note, and that was...
Oh, no.
that was it. She just wanted to date L from Death Note, but he was, like, a total piece of trash.
Well, probably.
Oh, man.
Gross.
No, man.
I hated Death
Note. Death Note? I liked it.
I don't know why. Well, no, I like it now. As an adult, when I watched it, I was like, oh, it's actually pretty good. I don't know why I was so, like, dead set on not liking it as a kid.
Is it because it was popular?
I don't know. I don't remember being that person that was like, oh, it's popular. I think that's why I didn't, like, get in with the scene crowd. Because I didn't like their stuff either.
The reason I knew what Death Note was because like one of my friends in like my 5 to 4 person friend group like recommended it to me and gave me a CD-ROM with like the rips of the pages.
Oh shit, a CD-ROM?
Yeah, man. CD-ROM with like the rips of the pages, dude. We didn't have Manga Fox and shit then, dude.
We did not.
That wasn't until later.
It wasn't the anime, it was the pages?
Yeah, it was like the pages each scanned from like the book, and like she compiled it into like a CD because we didn't have like the big scantillation groups that we have now.
Dang.
Yeah, man, living in the fucking Stone Age, bro.
Yeah, we went to great lengths just to read anime, or just to read anime. Just to read manga.
When I read Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, I had to like borrow it from someone, and like the fucking pages were all tattered and fucked up. You know how like the spine was all white?
Yeah. That's why I hated giving my books to anyone. I lent my D and Angel manga to one person one time.
D and Angel? Oh my god!
Be nice to me. I was really into it.
Oh god.
Oh,
no, that hurt me.
Can you imagine can you guess who my favorite character was?
I never read D and Angel. I couldn't get past it.
Oh dang.
No, I was off to worse things than you. I read fucking Loveless.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a yaoi manga.
Oh.
It's really bad.
Oh, I don't remember what yaoi manga. Like, I definitely read them. I just don't remember which ones they were.
There are so fucking many. And, like, I have no idea how these girls found, like, so many physical copies of, like, yaoi shit.
Yeah, do you think kids were ordering them on the internet?
Probably, like...
That must have been what it was.
They must have been, like, the kids where, like, their parents just give them a credit card.
Oh, those kids. That's such a weird concept. Like, why would you... And they're like, well, you gotta be responsible with it. It's like, well, I'm not gonna be, because I'm 14. I'm gonna buy yaoi books.
Yeah, they're like a backpack full of that shit, bro.
Dang. Did I ever do that? I definitely did buy, like, a porn book one time. Because I would always ask for, like, Borders gift cards and stuff. Oh my god, that's all I ever want.
They had that at Borders?
Well, they had it on the website.
Ooh.
Yeah, at Barnes & Noble, you can, like, look up different books that they don't have. And I found it. And it was used. And I didn't think of the repercussions of it being used. But my friend stole it from me. I didn't even get to finish it.
She stole it from you?
She did. Well, I let her borrow it, and then she never gave it back. And I was like, how fucking dare you? I paid for that. Give me it back.
With my Borders gift card.
Yeah, with my Barnes & Noble's gift cards, actually.
For the kids that... No, Barnes & Noble still exists. Borders doesn't exist, I don't think.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I think I got it at Barnes & Noble's instead. But anyway, that's beside the point. The point is she stole it. She never gave it back. It's okay. It was an Anne Rice book, so it's like, oh, she's trash. It's alright.
I read like one Anne Rice book, but I couldn't get all the way through it because it was too big. Too many
too
big.
Too big. Too many big words.
I
liked Anne Rice a lot, actually, at the time.
Yeah?
Like, she's not a trash author. I mean, she's like a kind of an iffy person. She's not cool on fan fiction, which I don't enjoy. Because I
think she cooled down about that later in life, but she did have like that really big lawsuit.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't caught up. I still like her books. I read Vampire Lestat a lot. And yeah, I read it a lot.
I believe it.
I still have it. I actually still have it! Oh, I'm looking at it right now, actually. I still have it. It's all, like, torn up.
It's been well loved, man.
It's well loved, man. I bought it used, and then I continue to use it.
Yeah, man. So, what did you like about Johnny the Homicidal Maniac? Remember how we were talking about that?
Oh, I liked the end when it ended.
Yeah, man. 30 minutes in, let's actually talk about the comic.
Okay. It's fine. It's, you know what? Okay. It's not fine. It's bad. I don't like it. But I see why a lot of, like, kids liked it. Because it's very emotional. And it's very edgy. And it's very, like, I'm very smart. And
yeah, so this is Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, for those of you tuning in 30 minutes from now when we finally talk about it. Yeah, Johnny the Homicidal Maniac is about this character called Johnny, and he's a homicidal maniac. And, like, his whole thing is that, like, he kills people. It implies that he kills them for a purpose, for, like, being assholes, or for being, like, shallow, or, like, whatever. But he also kills them because he has to, like, keep a wall fresh with blood. And the reason we're talking about him on the Haunted Doll podcast was because one of my friends pointed out that it has haunted dolls in it. Kind of.
Oh, the Doughboys, is that what you asked?
Yeah. So inside Johnny's house, he's got, like, a nail bunny, is what he calls it, which is just, like, a pet rabbit that's nailed to the wall, and, like, these two, like, doughboys. And, like, the two doughboys are, like, constantly, like, berating him and, like, telling him what to do. And then it's implied later on that they were, like, messengers sent to, like, make him kill all these people. It's kind of open to interpretation, I thought, when they got to that point.
Yeah. It seems like he was kind of backtracking, to be honest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just write a comic for fun, and then people keep asking you questions, and you're just like, I didn't fucking think about that yet.
Yeah.
Just, like, drawing this shit.
That's why I was hesitant to say that it was bad at first, because I was like, well, I don't want to make a comic for fun and then have someone call it trash bad on their podcast, you know what I mean? But also, it's trash bad.
Yeah, it definitely appeals to, like, a specific demographic. Like, I definitely loved this comic when I was younger, but I was also, like, full of, like, hormonal rage.
Yeah.
I had a hormone imbalance when I was a teenager. I had, like, cystic acne that was caused by it. It was, like, pretty bad. Oof. And as a result, I was just a really angry kid for no fucking reason.
It's okay. I feel it. I also was an angry kid.
Yeah, it's what's up with that, man?
Your hormones are weird, man.
Hormones.
You don't like it.
Your hormones are just kind of weird and out of whack. So, like, it's really fun watching this character just, like, go through, like, a bunch of shenanigans, and then, like, go through, like, these fucking monologues about something.
About being so smart. I don't know. It was the 90s, so maybe at the time the things that were being said were like, ooh, that's so new that you would say that. But, like, nowadays, it's like every single comic book villain has that monologue, so I think you just look dumb.
It's very nihilistic, and I think now, in the current year, like, nihilism is, like, all the rage, so it's not really all that, like, it ain't really nothing to, like, write home about, you know?
Yeah,
but, like,
it's different now.
In its time, it had, like, its novelty to it, I think. But I think now with other, like, independent art and, like, mainstream art, like, you get, like, a lot of nihilism, and people seem to like that because they're just, like, some more realistic, bro. The Jocker and shit.
The Jocker.
Oh, we live in a society.
I also think that a lot of people have a different approach to not, like, I feel like you can either go like, oh, nothing matters, or like, hey, nothing matters, and more people are on the hey. Who gives a shit?
Just do
That's
whatever.
That's definitely me. I think there's a picture of that exactly, actually.
Yeah, where it's like the kid with the thumbs up and, like, the dolphins in the background. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I like that one.
Yeah, but, like, another thing that makes, like, Johnny, like, a really fun character is that the author makes him, like, really sympathetic. Because he talks to this, in the beginning of the comic, like, he's introduced by breaking into the neighbor's house, and there's, like, this kid named Squee, and, like, it starts out with, like, the parents being like, bro, kid, I don't fucking give a shit about you. You ruined my life.
I'm like, oh, this is where the scene
go die.
Fucking name.
Remember that?
Just call me Nee. Just call me Nana. Like, just call me Law, please. Just the last... I'm just gonna call you B. Actually, that's very good.
You know what? The naming conventions of this comic are really bad, you're right.
They're really bad.
Hmm.
His name is Mr. Fuck. It's like, sorry? Okay. I don't know.
But
it's like trying to be different, but whatever. I guess that's beside the point.
Yeah, Johnny has like all these scenes with like Squee that comes from like a neglected household, I guess you'd call it. Mm-hmm. And like there was like a scene where there's like it's implied that there's like a pedophile that's like about to like snatch him up, and then Johnny comes and like kills him in front of him, giving him a whole new trauma. Better.
A different kind.
Yeah, and then he'll just sort of like come into like his bedroom and like hang out with him and be like, "You're cool, Squee. I'll kill people for you if you want." I mean, like we're buddies, like, right? In terror. Yeah. Man, I really like that. It's like it's as if Johnny was talking to me. I'm vulnerable child.
No.
And my parents don't want me because I'm an angry teenager now.
I see. Okay.
And now that I'm older, I'm just like, what the fuck was I so mad about?
Yeah.
Why was I like that?
It's kind of the same like thing that I'm having, or the same experience that I'm having. I'm like, I feel like I would love this as a kid because I too was edgy and felt mad for some reason. But now that I'm a 20-something adult on medication, I'm like, what the fuck am I mad about?
Oh,
like,
yeah,
who cares? Why are you mad? Just pop a Xanax, dude.
Just pop a Xanax, dude. Calm down. Maybe he doesn't have health insurance, man.
Take some Zoloft. It's cool. Zoloft is like $20 a pop, whatever.
$20 a pop? Wow.
Not a pop, excuse me. A bottle.
Wow. I feel like that's really cheap.
It is really cheap. Not Zoloft,
I didn't know
but
that.
like Cetralin.
I don't know.
But anyway.
Johnny is like an independent comic artist. He don't got health insurance. He has a house for some reason.
Yeah, he's got a house, but he doesn't have health insurance.
That's the US, man. You got a house but no health insurance.
Yeah.
Priorities. Murder house. Health insurance. Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm. We don't got that here.
Can't even afford Band-Aids.
Yeah, man. Oh, it's true. He can't. He breaks into Squee's house because he needs to use like the rubbing alcohol.
How are they neglectful parents if they get him Band-Aids and rubbing alcohol and also a toy? No.
Yeah, and how come he gets to fucking sleep in the master bedroom with a bathroom?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because when he breaks into, like, Squee's house, like, there's a bathroom in his bedroom, presumably. So, like, he's living in, like, the master bedroom, or he just has one of those houses where, like, more than one room has access to, like, a bathroom.
Huh. I think Jonan over here didn't think about that.
Maybe that's why the parents were so mad.
Yeah, because they have to keep working.
They give the kid the master bedroom. I don't know why.
They're like, damn it. They're like, well, we don't love each other. So, maybe that's what it is. They chose the other two bedrooms because they didn't want to sleep with each other. I don't know.
Yeah, man. But yeah, one of the things that's also interesting about Johnny's character is that, like, he usually, quote-unquote, like, murders for a reason. And,
there's
like...
no reason to murder.
There's... and they're not real, it's fine.
Yeah. I'm like, just by the way.
Yeah, man, I remember there was, like, this one scene where I think he implies that the person he murders is black. And it's just like, yeah! God, I don't know if you remember this. But there was, like, a scene where, like, there's this guy not murdering him. There's this guy that's, like, bullying him outside of, like, his fucking grocery store or something. I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
The settings mostly take place inside his house, but sometimes he goes outside and people bully him for his hooves.
For his hooves?
He wears boots with hooves on them, so people make fun of him.
I'd bully that man, too.
You can't go with your hooves out in public. Only I can do that.
Yeah, his hooves. I'd bully him for his hooves too.
Yeah, man, only I can wear hooves. And I did that once at a party. I wore hooves.
They were very cute.
Yeah, I could pull them off because I'm cute, and that's it. Bro, yeah, supposedly like he murders them for a reason, but the only people that can escape his murder house are goth chicks, so...
Something about goth chicks. Maybe it's that Johnny likes them. The author.
Only goth girls survive the murder house. Yeah, because there's this... I really like this issue, because there's an issue where, like, it was in the point of view of, like, 2 of his victims escaping his house.
Oh yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah, I really like that one. That's where you find out that, like, the blood wall is real, and there's, like, a tentacle monster that kills everyone.
Yeah.
And then, like, the whole time, the goth girl's like, man, you're an asshole. It's a good thing this guy tried to kill you. Not me, though. I'm a cool goth girl.
Yeah.
I get to live.
I guess that was the point of it. It's like, no, you're an asshole, too. You're making fun of people. But, I don't know. I like the other half where like it kind of it switched. It was like, no, this dude's kind of crazy, because from the first half, like maybe like the first 4 issues, it's extremely like, oh, Johnny's like really cool, man, and in the end, they mention like, no, I'm supposed to be the villain of this, and it's like, dude, maybe if you wrote it right, people wouldn't perceive your character as the hero of the story.
Yeah, he's kind of like a funny character. I think he's written as too smart for you. There's like a scene in like the I think it was like the first or second issue where he's like talking to this guy who's like completely level-headed, and he's just like, hey man, you gonna murder me? That's cool. I'm fine with that. Yeah. Let's have a cool conversation.
I didn't like that either, dude.
Yeah, where he's just like, I'm gonna be.
Go for it. Sorry.
I'm gonna be fine after this, because I'm gonna be going somewhere else after this. You're gonna probably go to hell, I guess. And then Johnny's like, wow, you're so cool. It's too bad I gotta kill you.
Bonk.
and then he's just like,
he's like, good for you, bonk. And it's like, man, whatever.
Yeah, but that's like really important, because like it implies that like he doesn't really have like a sound or a reason for the victims that he chooses. He just kind of does it out of like a drive or a vice, and like he can't control himself. Because I think part of, like, Johnny the Homicidal Maniac that a lot of people like is that it's kind of, like, a little bit, how do you say, it reflects the thoughts and feelings of, like, the author a lot, which is also kind of a bad thing, because I think the author has, like, some issues. He had some issues in the late 90s. I don't know how he's doing. I'm sure he's fine now, but he had some fucking issues in the early 90s.
I believe it. I read some comments that were talking about it. They were like, "Is he okay?" And they're like, "Oh, he got better now," which is good.
He seems pretty funny on Twitter.
Very LOL XD random.
Yeah, he's pretty cool on Twitter. I haven't seen him do anything problematic.
Alright.
Unlike other comics.
This comic. What? I said I've seen a couple things. This fucking comic. No,
comic's problematic, dude. You can't have it.
It's just problematic. It's bad. But again, yeah, it's. I don't know. I don't like it, man. I see what he was doing, but it's bad. But you did it in a bad way, Johnny. You did it in a bad way. Or Jonan.
Yeah, because
that's not your real name.
I think it is Jonan.
I don't believe it.
I'm not sure. He's cool. He went to film school for a semester and dropped out, which is like how I know all of my film friends pretty much. And I think that's like a really common occurrence with like creative types, is like when they enter like the creative fields professionally, there's like a lot of shell shock, which I think is actually what Johnny the Homicidal Maniac is about. It's like Johnny, or like the author, Jonan, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Oh, it's almost like he's a self-insert.
Yeah, I think there's like a lot of things that are like, oh, I want to like be creative, but there's all these barriers in the way. So it's like the blood on the wall is like publishers and like notes and like all of these barriers to like get your work out. And then like the murdering is like all of the stuff that like you have to do that isn't your art, but you have to do it anyway.
See.
And then when he meets the other goth girl that he falls in love with, his big titty goth GF.
His no titty goth GF.
Yeah, they didn't have tits yet.
She's
Not in the 90s.
No,
goth girlfriends didn't have tits yet. Yeah, one of the conversations they have is that, like, he's kind of lost his creative, artistic drive and he doesn't know what to do with himself. And then he tries to murder the girl.
Yep, because he's happy.
Yeah, man, because he's happy. He's gotta immortalize the moment.
Ugh. Just draw it. There's a thing you can do, Christ.
Have you tried drawing, Johnny?
Have you tried drawing, Johnny? Maybe consider.
I don't know. These past couple of days you've been trying to make me draw and I refuse.
Just sketch. I don't want to draw. I want to color.
It's just like, just fucking draw something so I can color, and I'm just like, no. I'm too busy.
Sucks.
Yeah, man, drawing fucking sucks.
That's what this comic should have been about, but it was about, oh, I'm too successful. They want me to draw other stuff. I don't know. Yeah. You said that, and I was like, as a creative person who doesn't have one of those jobs, I'm like, fuck you, man.
Yeah, the grass is always greener on the other side.
I'm like, shut up. Yeah, I just want to be starving and in my closet drawing things.
Just want to work on my own stuff, for a while.
It's the same reason I don't like Rent. I hate Rent so much.
Yeah, dude.
Let me live in this place for free. Because I don't want to pay the rent because I'm creative.
I'm a creative, though. Money isn't real.
I'm a creative, though. It's not real. I mean, it's not. But as of right now, it is.
Yeah, man. Your landlord ain't gonna dig that, man. You gotta pay the rent, bro.
Gotta pay it.
Yeah, man.
That's not... Hate Rent. But Rent the musical. Not actual.
And also real life Rent.
Oh, and also real life Rent, yeah. So
but like,
I'm a creative, let me live here.
This is like a mindset that I also see in like a lot of young artists. They're just like, no man, I just want to create for a while. I don't want to do the homework assignment. It's below me. Yeah. I don't want to do the art assignment that's supposed to help me, like, realize what deadlines and, like, expectations are.
Yeah, I don't like about creatives either. They're like,
it's a very immature take to have on it, and now that I'm older, I'm just like, dude, if I don't have a deadline, I just won't fucking do this shit.
Seriously. I'm like, now I need homework, please.
It's like, if I'm not getting paid and I don't have a deadline, I'm not gonna be doing this shit, alright? I'm gonna be up at 3 a.m. eating chicky nuggets, literally doing anything in my power not to do anything creative.
Literally. There was a time, like, earlier this month, there was a time where I was just like, I don't want to do it, though. I don't want to. And, like, I would clean and make my bed and cook dinner and take out the trash, which my boyfriend will tell you I never do. Ever. No, damn. Trash is beneath me. Trash is trash. Get it away.
It's like, hey, Thotty, now that you have all this time, can I get some more promotional art? And you're just like, I gotta throw out the trash. I gotta do my bed. I just have so much things to do in this tiny apartment.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta go to the grocery store. Sorry.
I can't do that shit right now.
No.
Yeah, that's Johnny. He's just like, draw. No, I gotta murder this guy that said, like, a mean thing to me. Don't worry, I'll be right back.
Be nice to me, I'm gonna do it. I'll make more promotional art.
Bro, I'll get to it. Don't worry.
Don't
Just
worry.
taking some time.
This week is the week. I'm telling you. I got over it like on Sunday, and then I started doing all kinds of stuff.
I'm still not over it, dude. We took like 2 weeks without doing a fucking podcast, and then we lost an episode. So we're really lost? Behind. Yeah, it's lost.
No. Which episode?
It was the Fiji mermaid one. We lost that episode. I like that one a lot too. I like that one a lot. We might still get it back. It's just that like you and Gato have like really shitty fucking internet right now.
No, wait. I have the it's all up for the Fiji mermaid.
Yeah. Well, but, like Gato still doesn't have Wi-Fi. Oh yeah. Yeah, she doesn't have Wi-Fi right now, dude.
I'm so mad about that speed draw, dude. Like, not only did that thing take me forever to draw, it won't go up. Yeah. But anyway, it's a little peek behind the curtain for you guys. What are they doing? Oh, they're scrambling. They have no internet.
We have no internet. Dude, it's fucking true though, because like I took self quarantine. And the moment I stopped working, I stopped posting on social medias. Yeah. That's like my only fucking job is to like post shit. Now that I don't, dude, it's so funny because like when I'm working, I'm always on social media because I'm just like, these are like the only 3 hours I have to myself. Yeah. And now that I have all day, like I never check on social media that much.
I feel it.
I feel like
no, I wanna lay down, play Animal Crossing, and eat chicken nuggies, and that's it.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like doing something else. I'm taking my dog on like the 3rd walk that day. See? It's like, hey Cheebie, I need you to make these assets, and I'm just like, I gotta walk my dog.
See? Can't judge me. Can't judge. Don't judge me.
It's like, hey, it's funny because just like a lot of creative processes, this is like how do you say it's an assembly line the way this podcast is made, and like if I don't do something, then like the next person doesn't have the thing that they need, and the next person doesn't have the thing that they need. So
it's like fuck.
Yeah. So and I'm busy walking my dog for the 4th time that day. That shit that's not getting done.
It's okay. I feel like, I don't know, maybe a lot of our listeners are also just kind of doing something else other than social media. I feel like a lot of like Twitch streamers right now are like, oh, I'm not getting money, give me money. But it's because like people are doing other stuff and also don't have money.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm getting my money. Stimulus check coming in.
Hell yeah.
It's about to be over for you guys.
I'm about to get my shit together. I'm gonna work so much on my personal art you wouldn't believe.
You wouldn't believe. I'm gonna quit school. Or not school. I'm gonna quit my job.
Nah, man.
No, I can't do that. I would like to. We gotta start wearing masks now.
Yeah, dude, I'm also, like, trying to get into university, and, like, I have no idea what the fuck is happening right now with, like, the current situation. No one knows what's happening.
I don't know why you're doing it right now. Like, you're gonna have to... Well, I guess it works out.
Yeah, because, I mean, I did it, like, I applied, like, almost half a year ago to get into the fall semester, but with, like, the current situation, like, everything's just sort of up in the air. Dang. And the thing is, like... I really need that structure in my life, I find. Because if I'm not working, I'm not doing anything, you know? Yeah. So I think like, especially right now, since I'm a bit older than the traditional student, not really. I'm like maybe like the age of like a senior, but I'm starting as like a freshman, which is fine. But I think like the benefit of that is like, I see, like, the value in, like, having some sort of, what did I call it? Having some structure in your life and, like, deadlines and, like, projects that you need to work on. Even if they're not your personal project, that's all experience, you know? Yeah. Especially since, like, when I'm getting into university, that's all specialized knowledge, and those are, like, things that I don't have at home.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you want to be an artist, you could absolutely be, like, a self-taught artist, but you have to teach yourself discipline.
Yeah, that's
but for me, like, I'm entering, like, a really specialized field of, like, media, where, like, I want to do, like, some sort of, like, audio engineering or, like, video editing. Mm-hmm. And so, like, I need that equipment and, like, I need that experience, and I need to, like, have that practice that, like, the professors give you.
Yeah, it really does. It really do be helping, man.
Yeah, and I think, like...
You like, kind of learn the groove of how to get things done, basically.
And, like, you don't really appreciate that when you're younger, because, like, you just want to start working on your own shit right fucking now.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, kind of, like, instead of, like, working up, like, maybe, like, your resume, I would say, like, working up your resume, gaining those skills. Like, if it's not something that's directly towards the thing that you want to do, it's, like, worthless to you. Mm-hmm. But then it's, like, as you get older, you're just like, nah, man, it's all valuable, you know? You always learn something from it, even if it's that, like, even if the lesson you learn is that that colleges hire professors that don't know how to use the program. Now you know that.
Now you know. Dude.
Like, now you know a little bit more.
I had a professor that didn't know how to use the program.
Oh, God.
I was really mad about it. My college had, like, a gaming degree. It's not for, like, actually playing games, but, like, for game development. There you go. And I took a 3D modeling class. The very first one that I took, they showed me all the stuff, and I was like, all right, cool. And then I went to the next one, and he was, like, an actual working person. Like, he works at a studio. And he's like, oh yeah, everything he taught you is wrong. I can't believe he did that to you. And I was like, I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah.
So he's like, you're doing everything wrong, and I can't give you a grade for it because it's not right. And I'm like, please, no, help. And I wasted a whole semester. So then I gave up. That
sometimes, though.
I gave up. I was like, I'm never 3D modeling ever again. Get away from me.
3D modeling is, like, fucking hard, man. I also took 3D modeling with, like, a teacher that didn't know the program, so we were literally just watching YouTube videos. Oh, man, that class was so bad.
Jeez.
Yeah, but, like, she was also didn't know how to be a teacher yet. She was, like, straight off of, like, the fucking block, dude.
Damn.
A complete pushover.
That's so weird.
But, yeah, she was, like, a complete pushover of, like, a teacher that didn't know the program, didn't know how to, like, make a lesson plan. No. So everyone fucking passed and didn't learn a damn thing.
Disgusting. I can't believe it. I hate professors. Get it away. You know what? This is what it is. I used to be like, well, what's the point? Like, it's the same education as going to, like, a university. It's not. Community college gives you fucking shit all professors. Sorry to say. Man.
We used to have, like, an excellent professor, but they ended up retiring or leaving or something, and then we got this new, fresh off the block teacher that, like, was just fucking awful.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm glad you also had a terrible professor. Professor was, like, oh my god, every single day they would, like, reinforce that they could be working in a studio, but they love teaching so much. And I'm like, no. Obviously, you can't be working in a studio because you're doing everything wrong.
Yeah, man, you just gotta be prepared for that. I actually didn't have a shitty teacher until that teacher. Oh. So I had a really good experience in college when it came to, like, digital art and, like, programs.
Oh, digital art, yeah. Digital art was great, actually, for me. But it was just that, like, 3D I guess the moral of the story is be careful with 3D modeling professors.
Oh, yeah, no. Because it's not even a new program, it's just very difficult to find people who are, like, up to date, you know? Yeah. And then usually when you're studying, like, 3D modeling in, like, a community college setting, they usually don't have the equipment for that sort of stuff, because, like, expensive computers.
Yeah.
And then it's always, like, a really old version of Maya.
Yeah, it was, like, Maya 2013.
Oh, man. You're giving me memories.
Oh, now I remember my Photoshop. Oh, my Photoshop teacher was so nice. Because I would get things done, like, really early. Because I already knew the program. No. He was like, oh, if you keep at it with this kind of discipline, you're gonna go places, kid. And I was like, oh, I will never have that kind of discipline ever again.
It's over for me.
It's over for me.
Now you gotta go kill people in your basement.
Ah, shit. Oh no. My boy Frankie is gonna turn into some scary ghost.
Oh, man.
Have you seen my boy Frankie?
Your boy Frankie?
Yeah, my boy Frankie, the little dog, like the little dog that I won at round 1.
Oh, at round 1, yeah.
That's Frankie. Short for Frankfurt. Like a hot dog. Anyway.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that comic's bad.
Oh, but you said that. Oh, how did you feel about, like, when he finally, like, manages to, like, kill himself?
It was great. I was like, oh, finally. I like the little speech that the goth girl has, and I don't know, I like that in the end he kind of realizes that he's the problem, and that he should end his comic.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, so should we keep it spoiler free? I'm gonna keep it spoiler free,
dude.
I'm gonna keep it spoiler free so that way I have to talk less. But we already said he kills himself, but that's not the end of the story.
It's not surprising.
That leads to a whole new arc, which was really interesting, and
yeah,
I really
that
liked.
arc was better. I like that.
Yeah,
one.
that was a cool arc. But yeah, you could watch it on YouTube. There's like a fan dub.
That's why I did it.
Yeah, we'll have a link for it in like the description below. It's only like 7 issues. You could like get through it like really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it took you like a whole week to get through it.
Oh, it's because I forgot about it.
Yeah.
You were like, did you read the thing? And I was like, what? I was getting groceries.
I was walking my dog for the 3rd time that day.
Yeah,
it's like I needed to stand in my balcony for a couple of minutes. I was busy.
I was playing Animal Crossing. Yeah, I need the tuna.
Yeah, dude, if I've learned anything from, like, the current situation is that, like, just because we have time doesn't mean that we'll actually do the thing that we've been, like, putting off forever.
Well, at least not in the beginning.
Not in the beginning. Not until you know that your time's running out.
Basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Bro, that's me too.
Yeah. I try to keep a deadline. Like, I feel like Soft Monkey always does things before Tuesday. So I'm like, oh, I gotta get things done before Tuesday.
Yeah, man. Soft Monkey should be our manager. He's the only one on top of anything.
He really is. He's nice.
I need someone to, like, tell me what to do.
Soft Monkey, yell at us. Do it now.
Yeah, man. He's been, like, too nice. It's just like, oh, it would be nice if I had this thing and that thing. We're like, oh, that's a great idea. And that's where it ends.
Well, yeah, in the very beginning, I was like, oh, let me make Soft Monkey some little stickers. And, I just got them done yesterday.
Yeah, that was, like, you were wanting to do that, like, 3 months ago.
I was wanting to do that 3 months ago. See, even if you want it... Even if you have the chance to do the things that you want to do, Johnny, you still won't do them.
Man.
Until there's a pandemic.
Let's talk shit about the author. Let's talk shit about him.
Keep calling him Johnny. I don't know anything about the author. The only thing I know about him is that he was probably depressed in the 90s, which, I mean, get it.
Absolutely he was.
Absolutely he was.
I don't have a clear memory of it, and I didn't look it up, but I know in the original print comics, that there was the letters to the author, and I think he actually, like, does talk about, like, his feelings on suicide a bit, and, like, he's, like, pretty against it, but, like, he says that he had, like, an attempt, and, like, he was at a hospital, and that's, like, where he realized, like, where he went backwards. I can't really... I wish I would have fucking done some research. But, like, I remember reading that, but I don't remember what it said exactly.
See if it was before or after the comic ended.
I think it was during the run.
Okay, see, then that makes sense that second arc happened.
Yeah. It's like, he's got, like, a lot of feelings about, like, suicide, and, like, don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
He's a bit... He comes off as, like, a bit narcissistic in this entire comic.
Yeah.
It's like, the whole thing about Johnny is that he's just so smart, and everyone else in the world is just so stupid.
So dumb. And you're stupid for liking this comic.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I mean, I guess if he was depressed during that time, it does kind of make sense. On top of being bad, I feel like depression also just, like, kind of makes you narcissistic. Like, you can't focus on anything other than yourself and your current feelings right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but that's, like, one of the things that I talked about it with, like, Sock Monkey, and, like, he said, like, yeah, I don't like goth or, like, that sort of literature because it comes off as, like, narcissistic, where it's just like, oh, everyone is below me and I'm so intelligent.
Oh, I have to agree.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like about goth people in general as well.
Because I was... Like, even when we met, I was always... I do not have big tits. I was the big booty goth girlfriend. So, I've always liked this sort of media, and it's just like, as you get older, you kind of, like, age out of it, because you're just like, oh, thinking like this literally doesn't benefit you in any way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he also seems to have, like, a complicated relationship with food. Did you notice that while you were reading it?
With food? Yeah, I mean, it would make sense why he's so skinny.
Yeah, man, because, like, he really hates fat people. It's, like, pretty obvious.
Hates fat people.
He really hates fat people.
You really do.
He really hates, like, children, or not children, but, like, the concept of, like, bringing offspring, or childbirth.
Mm-hmm.
Not childbirth, child rearing. There we go. He's, like, really upset by the concept of, like, child rearing, which you could see when we talk about, like, Squee and his parents.
Yeah.
And he has, like, a complicated relationship with food because, like, I guess at this time he was, like, very skinny, and all of the characters are also very skinny, except for, like, when he draws, like, gross fat people, because that's how he sees them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, it's... And then, like... Yeah, because, like, the characters are nothing more than, like, kind of stick characters, really. So, like, they're all super skinny, and, like, he doesn't like fat people. And then he has, like, a very complicated relationship with food, because he likes to eat junk food and, like, splurge on, like, empty calories, but, like, he hates the idea of, like, gaining weight, it seems. But it's like, when you kind of live... Because, like, I know a lot of people that have those sort of, like, garbagey, empty-calorie diets, and, like, they do stay skinny. Yeah. And, like, I think because since they have, like, such a poor diet and manage to stay skinny and unhealthy, they're just like, well, what the hell is up with, like, fat people?
That definitely makes sense. I was gonna say, I was like, how dare they? I would love to have an empty calorie and get skinny.
Yeah. And that's, like, something I've seen with, like, people in real life, you know?
Yeah.
Where, like, they have that sort of body type where, like, they kind of just
why are they fat? If that were me, I would just not be fat.
If that were me, I would just not gain weight. It's so easy.
It's just so easy. Look at me. I'm eating an actual entire cake, and I'm still skinny. How are you, babe?
I'm Hispanic, bro.
What?
All I do, I'm Hispanic, all I do is store fat, bro.
Yeah. Seriously. I store the fat from my fucking salads that I eat. I store the fat from the rice and beans.
Your body's like, I'm gonna need this for later.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it's just so good at surviving. We gonna need that, hold on. I'm like, no! All I have is food, please, no. And it's like, no, we need this for later. For when we eventually have to run. I'm like, I never run ever in my life. No.
But yeah, man.
Yeah. And like the gross kids eat like a bunch of candy. I remember that. They made it
has
like gross.
chips and like hot dogs, like all of this sort of like junk food I always found. But they still stayed skinny somehow. I don't think they had like a lot of like protein and carbs in their diet, but I don't fucking know nothing about that.
I don't know anything about nutrition.
Yeah, me neither. I just know that I gotta eat protein for my job because it's like really heavy.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel really bad when I do not eat in work, but like I work as a baker, so it's like a pretty physical job. Yeah, I remember I always have that conversation with like newcomers, so just like, you gotta eat your protein, otherwise you're gonna faint on the job, dude. It ain't easy. You gotta build that muscle, bro.
Yeah.
Gotta get gains.
Gotta get them gains. That's what I feel like my job is, but honestly I don't.
Yeah.
I think I'm just fat and I get really tired. I'm like, please, I've been standing all day, let me sit.
I don't know, I don't think standing, like, does anything besides fucking your body up, dude.
It's okay, good. I was gonna say, I'm like, am I just, like huge and fat? Because I always feel, like, fucked up after I stand for too long.
No, when you just, like, stand for 8 hours, it's just, like, fucked up for your body.
It
like,
hurts.
there's, like, no benefit to it, I don't think.
Hurts.
Yeah, there's, like, zero benefits to just, like, standing for, like, long periods of time.
Mm.
Like, there's no muscle or anything that are being built. It's just, like, fucks you up, dude.
Gross. I hate standing.
Yeah.
Can't believe they make me stand.
Dude, I'm always, like, fucking zipping and zooming everywhere, man. I don't know how to deal with that problem.
That's true. I didn't really have my back hurting when I worked at a restaurant.
Yeah, man. Restaurant gigs are cool, man.
Yeah. I wish I worked at a restaurant now. Because then I wouldn't have to go back to work.
Yeah, man.
I'm mad. They're just gonna stick me on window with all the gross sick people. I don't wanna. Get it away. Speaking of which, my manager just called me. I'm like, please, go away. I'm doing podcasts.
Oh, I got a call from, like... I also got, like, a call from HR that was just like, hey, make sure to call us so that we could put you back in the schedule. If we don't put you back in the schedule, we might not have a schedule for you. And I'm just like,
That sounds nice.
Nah,
let me get right on.
I need my routine back.
You need your what?
I need my routine back. Because, like, I don't know. I'm only a part-timer. It's not that bad.
Alright.
I haven't gotten to that point yet.
Yeah. To the point that you need to go back?
Yeah. No, it's to the point where, like, I'm fucking snapping over work, man. I haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, you're snapping over work. I'm done, dude. I am a part-timer, but, like, they put me 8 hours every time I go in, which is great, but, like, I always end up going in just under full-time. Mm-hmm. And I feel like there's no benefit to being full-time, because we get all, like, even part-timers get vacation and sick time, so I guess it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't really matter. Like, you get 401ks. It's like, if you, like, work there for, like, 6 months, you get, like, your 401k, your PTO and all that, pretty much.
I don't think I get
most places now.
I don't think I get that. Well, there you go. That's the downfall. I don't know, man. I'm tired of fucking work. I'm done. No more. I'm like, I don't want to do this. Please and thank you. Especially working at a Starbucks. It's like, it's like, before the pandemic, like, legit, like, what's the word? Before everyone started quarantining, I was like, this is stupid. Like, I'm like, there's a pandemic going on. Why are you coming in for frappuccinos? And according to the Starbucks Reddit, like, they've become Frappuccino machines. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. Please, thank you. I don't want to come back. Don't make me come back.
Oh, man. Gotta find a different gig after the pandemic.
I know.
If there's any more gigs to have, dude.
Exactly. That's what I'm worried about. Because I'm like, I could just quit, I guess. But what other gig would there even be?
Yeah, that's the same with me. I'm just like, I could just take some time off and like not have a job for a while. But then it's just like, what am I gonna do? Avoid avoid doing the thing I'm supposed to do?
Yes. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. What else was there?
I think that's pretty much it. I mean, just it reminds me of being like a teenage edgelord with a hormone imbalance.
Yeah, it does.
It brings me back. We named a couple of bands. We're pretty basic. I like Disturbed. That's one of my favorite new metal bands.
Disturbed. I really like...
Yeah, man.
What did I like as a kid? I think I was really into, like... Oh, no, yeah! I was really into, like, OTEP and, Schoolyard Heroes. Which I still kind of like.
Yeah, the music you listen to in high school is just gonna be, like, the music you listen to forever, so...
Yeah,
I'm literally still listening to, like, new metal to this day. And I'm not talking about, like, new metal. Like, I'm never gonna listen to a new song in my life.
Well.
It's just not gonna happen. I'm already done listening to music. I peaked in high school. I'm just gonna listen to that shit forever now. I don't care if new music comes out.
Sometimes it's fun. I still like My Chemical Romance. I don't care.
Yeah.
Fun. When they had their reunion tour, I was like, oh, Blaze! I need to go!
Nice. I've never gone to a concert.
Really?
No, I've only gone to, like, a local show, and I didn't like it.
Oh. Well, if you didn't like local shows... I feel like concerts...
There's a specific reason I didn't like the local show, but I didn't have the language for it as a kid. So, because fucking these men, a lot of the times they're like in their 20s.
Yep.
And like their fans tend to be teenagers. Mm-hmm. And I think, like, I was thinking about this earlier, like, I didn't fucking like those guys. And I didn't fucking know why. But now now that I'm an adult, like, I get what was happening. One of my friends was like talking to like one of those like indie band members and getting a lot of attention from them. Mm-hmm. And so, like, essentially, like, this guy was, like, kind of...
Ew.
Yeah. And, like, this guy must have been, like, in his mid-20s.
Ew.
And, like, I just got, like, the fucking worst feeling, like, seeing these people.
Yeah.
And, like, the way my friend reacted to them, but I didn't know how to describe it then.
That's gross. No, yeah, but, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, and so that kind of... Yeah, but I didn't have the language for it, and, like, I kind of haven't gone to, like, a local show since.
It makes sense.
And, like, now I know why.
Yeah, because they're gross and...
They're gross and they're grooming kids. It's fucked up, dude.
I mean, I don't know, it might be different now that, grooming kids is generally seen as
looked
bad.
Down upon.
Yeah, it's really looked down upon. I don't know, I feel like there was a time when it was like, oh yeah, she's 16... Or like, oh, it was, like, I'm dating a 20-year-old.
Normalized,
it was,
right?
I remember. I was gonna say, it's a good thing that you weren't one of those girls that were like, I'm dating someone in college. Because I had a lot of those friends. And it's like, oh, that's so cool. It's like, no, it's not cool.
Now that you're older, you're just like, that's fucked up, dude. Because the majority of teenage pregnancies happen, like, from, like, boyfriends that are, like, 20-something years old. It's fucked up.
It's fucked
And then
up.
those girls... that just affects their life forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they have a kid by, like, this 20-something that's not doing anything with their life, because they're talking to teenagers.
Yep.
That's just... Yeah. Now you're stuck with a kid. And, like, now what?
A kid, and that guy's going off to fuck more 12-year-olds. It's like, no.
Yeah. Essentially, they just keep, like, grooming other kids. Like, it doesn't matter to them. But yeah, man. I would have loved to go to, like, a big show, though. But, like, I was a good kid. Yeah. I remember we talked about this, how we had the friends that would go to every show, and we're just like, oh, how do your parents let you go to, like, every show? And as we got older, we, like, realized that their parents don't keep tabs on them.
Yeah.
And that they were kind of just, like, absentee parents, and that's why they were able to do whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
My big thing was, where the fuck did you get that money? But I guess the answer is their parents who don't really care.
Yeah. Credit cards. That was big with kids back then.
I don't understand why. Well, maybe my mom was just bad with credit and wasn't able to get a credit card.
Nah, dude. My parents didn't play with that. We had, like, a lot. We were, like, hit really hard by the recession. And that was, like, around the time where, like, it was acceptable to give your teenager a credit card. Gross. I don't know how it is now. I don't know if like parents give their kids credit cards anymore. I think
kids are making their own money.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because on like Swagbucks, on like Swagbucks and stuff. Like those little survey sites.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how kids are making money because they don't have anything else to do. It's like, well,
or like they sell stuff online, probably. Or they just, like, sell stuff online or something.
Yeah, that too. There's a lot of ways for kids to make money nowadays. There's, like, there's, like, a whole genre of YouTube that's, like, how I moved out at 18. How I saved up enough to move out at 17. And I'm like, what? Yeah. How? And they're just like, essentially, you just gotta be hustling every day. And I'm like, that's too much.
Essentially, you just gotta find a gig, dude.
Yeah. They're like, actually?
I'm like, good for them, though, because it teaches them, like, working, you know?
I guess.
Yeah, because, like...
No, I mean, definitely good for those kids.
Yeah, there wasn't many opportunities like that, except, like, maybe mowing a neighbor's lawn or something.
Yeah, but then...
Like, some like, basic stuff like that.
Yeah. But then, your parents wouldn't let you do that because your neighbors were gonna murder you or something.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, it is worse as, like, a woman. You can't really do that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you can do that as a guy.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to no one's house. Not even. No, never. I'm gonna get snatched. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, man.
Being
a teenager is fucked up.
Oh, I just said it was fun.
It's fucked up, man.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Especially, like, I don't know. Like, when you look back at, like, the communities you were in as, like, a teenager, and, like, you look at them back as an adult, and you're just like, oh that's not good.
You're definitely right. I was more in, like, the anime clubs and stuff, but, like, the guys that were in there were, like, very rapey and gross.
Yeah, they were, like, really normalized, like, battery, and, like something I talked to with, like... Yeah, something I talked to... Something that I talked to about with, like, another friend was that, like, shoujo manga, like, also, like, really normalized grooming. Because there was always, like, this high school girl that was dating, like a businessman or something.
Oh, yeah.
So it's, like, looking back at that media and, like, seeing how, like, it affected, like, your views on certain things, and then you're just like, oh, that's fucked up. That was no good.
Don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, anime was bad. Anime is bad.
Yeah, there's...
I love anime,
like, I was also, like, an anime kid. I think I mentioned before that I was a yaoi fangirl, which now that I'm an adult, I'm just like, there's like a lot of negative messages that I consumed as a kid, especially
yaoi
about
is extremely rapey.
Yeah, yaoi is extremely bad.
Like, very
like, the
bad.
community is also, like, really bad because it also, like, normalizes, like, battery and, like harassment.
Yeah, the harassment especially. Like,
and, like,
there's some of that in regular anime, but, like, in yaoi, that's, like, what it's all about.
Yeah.
Is this, like, predatory gay man being like, oh, I like you, and the other one being like, I don't know, though. And then it's bad.
Yeah. And then, like, you're consuming that, and, like, whether you know it or not, you're, like, you're absorbing these messages, and it's not until you get older that, like, you really start to, like, deconstruct these ideas that, like, you consumed in media, and you're just like, oh, that shit's fucked up.
Yeah.
I realized why I was like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I forgot. I put it away in my notes somewhere that I didn't pull up. I wanted to say that about Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, is that maybe at the time it was kind of harmless, but nowadays, post all these kids shooting up schools and theaters and stuff, it's kind of hard. It's kind of a bad.
Yeah.
It's it's a little too. I mean, I guess the Joker is the exact same thing, and that doesn't mean that it shouldn't exist. But it's definitely in the same vein, but a little bit more sympathetic.
It validates what it does is it validates those feelings.
Yeah.
And it makes kids act out on them. It's not that the media itself is the one telling them to do that, because that's a very simplified way of doing it.
Yeah.
It's
that
as
an adult reading it, it's no, this is not a way to think. You kind of
what it does, it just validates this really negative way of thinking, and it doesn't do anything to challenge them.
Yeah. Which is why I like the end. when he's like, oh, actually, maybe this is bad. But if you just read the beginning, it's maybe this is not a good thing for teenagers to read.
He's so LOL funny random pancakes.
Oh yeah, that's the reason why I didn't get into Invader Zim, is all the kids that liked it was weird. I was a weird kid, and the Invader Zim and Billy and Mandy kids were weird. Not that there's anything wrong with Billy and Mandy or Invader Zim. I've never seen either of them. Or actually, no, that's false. I saw a couple episodes of Billy and Mandy, and I like it a lot.
Billy and Mandy is cool. I didn't watch Invader Zim actually until maybe my early 20s when I got the DVD set.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there was no way to watch it. It's been off the air for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I liked it.
It didn't exist. What is this?
No, I mean they had some episodes on YouTube, but there was always a part missing.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh. I never understood that. It's you took all this time to upload the other episode, or the other parts of the episode. Why is this one gone? Please.
I think it gets copyright striked or something. I have no idea what was up with old YouTube.
I don't remember
they still had that.
I remember there being a little your stuff has copyright music on it. Is that okay? And you just click yes. Or they're oh, you probably can't get money off of that, and it's okay, so I wasn't getting money anyway. Oh, now you're reminding me of anime, watching anime on YouTube back in the day.
Back in the day, man.
It's in German, but the subtitles are in English.
Oh, it was always so cool when I'd find the Spanish dub, and I was just haha, I speak Spanish.
No, I would always find the ones that were in Japanese, but with Spanish subtitles, and I was fuck, I don't know how to read Spanish.
Oh, those were good for me, too. It was just I understand this shit.
Damn you. I was I want to know what happens to Haruhi, please.
Yeah,
that
man.
reminds me. Oh, I'm so mad that Ouran Host Club didn't get a second, or a fourth, how many whatever seasons. It just ended.
It only has one.
It just ended.
I fucking love Ouran High School Host Club, dude.
So good. I love it so much. Actually, no, I love it so much, but then I watched it again, and I was really uncomfortable with the twins. I was please stop. Yeah. I remember as a kid being yeah, the twins. And then now it's all please, don't do that. Stop it. I know it's a joke, but please. I hate that we're doing
that
this.
Out.
Cut that out.
Yeah.
Gross. Oh.
Man.
Edgy and gross teenagers.
Yeah, man. I think that's it for tonight's episode, right? It's an hour and a half. Alright, how do we end this shit?
It's long. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do our viewers... what did our lovely followers and subscribers, what did you guys watch? What edgy shit that you don't like anymore?
Yeah, what did you like as a teenager that you later realized as an adult had, like, really bad messages in it?
Oh. Alternatively, what do you still like? Because I still like goth stuff.
I still like nu metal, but I still like fucking 9 Inch Nails, I guess.
I like 9 Inch Nails.
I'll hum a song every now and again. Yeah. I still dress goth.
They got those. Yeah, it's fun. I feel like the goth community now is, like, chilled out a bit.
I think it's because they're adults now.
Also that too, yeah.
Yeah, communities tend to, actually. Communities tend to be better once, like, people have grown a little bit more.
Yeah. Like the
I don't know what happened to the emo community. Does the emo community still exist?
I think very few. I think that was the thing that someone was talking about on Reddit recently, that they were like, where are the emo kids? It's like, well, they either are goth now, or normal, or they're still emo on, like, MySpace still somehow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I saw a couple of pictures of some scene girls, and I was like, oh my god, throwbacks. And they're like, no, I just like dressing this way still. And I'm like, hey, man, good for you.
You got
you
the
also
clothes,
look
man.
They sell the clothes. They look a little bit like a picture, like a painting, like a little time capsule. Because it's like, no, that's not a real thing. But it is.
That was a very specific look. I really like the emo look, actually.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
I can never get my hair to do the swishy thing, though.
Yeah, man.
Turns out you have to, like, fry your hair.
Do you?
Yeah, because I naturally had black hair, so I was like, oh, I'll do it. And then they're like, it just didn't work because my hair was healthy.
Yeah, because you have to, like, use, like, the hair dryer and, like, puff it up and shit. I don't know. I had a friend who, like, did it, but I didn't know her in high school, so I never saw her in her emo getup.
I should ask my cousin. My cousin was real into that emo phase. Or the scene phase. Both of them. She, like, cut her own hair. Actually, no. She's an edgy atheist now. Oh my god. I hope she doesn't listen, but, like, she probably doesn't. She just got into into the atheist phase, so now she, like, does not shut up about it. I'm like, please. I know. We get it. Also, these arguments have not changed since 2000. Like, these are the exact arguments that I was using as a kid in high school. Stop it. Yeah, we know. We get
annoying.
It. We get it. It doesn't
You're
exist,
annoying,
okay?
and you should just let people live their lives, bro.
Yeah, my favorite thing is like, I respect other religions, but, like, that's not for me. And it's like, okay, well then shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah, then shut the fuck up about it.
Quit telling me that
no one else cares as much as you do.
It really does not. I'm like, please stop telling me about this old lady that keeps saying bless you to you. Like, it's just what she says, okay? It doesn't matter. It's not gonna change. You being annoyed by it is not gonna change it, man. Just let people believe in Jesus. It's fine. Who cares?
Who gives a shit, bro? Literally doesn't affect you at all.
In 20 years, you're gonna realize, actually, the earth is Jesus.
The earth is Jesus. But Thotty, the earth is flat.
No! No!
Anyways, follow us on our social medias. Wait a minute. Follow us on our social medias. Haunts-R-us on Twitter and Instagram. We have a Tumblr where I'll just post random shit every now and again at haunts-r-us, and you can email us at hauntsrus@gmail.com. Play us out with the themey song.
Yeah.
So that way the people know that we're done. We're done talking.
No more talking.
I'm tired.
Bye.
Bye.
I love you though. Bye.